Trash, Part 4, Chapter 2. Gardo again. Rat wouldn't tell us where he got the money for 2 days. And when he finally did, it didn't seem like such a big deal to me, but I could see he was feeling bad. So we said that if we got the Bible and the Bible gave away the great Jose Angelico mystery, and if we got to that pile of money, we would put the 20,000 back in the mission school with some as an added gift. Rat was happy again, and we made some careful treks out over the city to find the guard, which we did. And we fixed up for the handover, and I knew this was the most dangerous thing yet, because he knew I was desperate for that book, which meant first it was valuable, and second, he must know something very strange was going on. I kept thinking of being in that prison with Sister Olivia, and how they had taken my picture, and how I was thinking all the time, what if, till I couldn't sleep. What if they stake out the tea house? What if they get me? What if they just shoot me? What if they have the whole place surrounded? What if they're all here in plain clothes waiting for me and I don't see them till it's way too late? They would break every bone in all our bodies, slow and mean and loving it. Raphael had told me all about the window in the police room, and I knew if we were taken, none of us would come out of there. I knew I would die before I let them take me or the others. I would fight until they had to kill me, because what Raphael told me scared the life out of me, and I know I could not have done what he did. It was Tuesday afternoon. We were to meet just after Marco's shift. Same place, the tea house in Chinatown. I washed the good clothes Sister Olivia bought me, because you don't get so many street boys around that area, and I wanted to blend in more. Raphael and Rat shadowed me all the way, but separated up and keep at a distance. We didn't want to be a threesome in case policemen were waiting. I used a 50 to buy a baseball cap, and with the trainers on, I didn't look like a street boy at all. And I just walked quickly through everyone and everything. But I had my hook, though. We all did. We'd cut them down nice and short, and mine was in my jeans at the back where I could get it easy. And it was sharp all down the edge because I have had to fight before and cursed when I had nothing. The little tea house was dark, with shutters down, and I went straight in, not looking up, through to the table we used last time, right up by the kitchen, with a red lamp over it, just bright enough to count out money. Marco was there before me, all alone, quite a big man, with a big, thick neck, and I slid in opposite him, thinking, do it fast, do it fast. I was still walking in my mind, and I wanted to be walking out of there, even though it looked like no one was around. It all looked safe, and even the kitchen was quiet. Marco, of course, he wanted to see the money first, so I counted every note. And I could see greed in those little eyes, so I thought, maybe I was safe, really, and 20,000 was enough for him. I counted it out, sitting on the edge of my seat, getting ready, and he pulled the Bible out of his bag, laid it down on the table as the Chinese, who owned the place, put cups down in front of us. I told him he needed to prove it was Gabriel Alondra's book, because I was thinking how easy it would be to give me any old Bible, then come back asking for money all over again. But he opened the cover as soon as I asked, and I could see where the man had signed it, and notes. Best of all, I could also see lines of letters and numbers, like the code he'd talked about. Also, the whole thing was so well worn, I guessed that it had to be the real one. So I left the money where it was, took up the book, and I moved fast. Maybe Marco hadn't expected me to just cut and run like that, but I'd been thinking how to play it, and I remembered the kitchen being near, and that's where I'd go. I jumped up and ran straight for it. Even so, I wasn't fast enough, and he got me. He kind of threw himself over the table and grabbed me hard, shouting. And the cups all crashed to the floor, and the money went everywhere, all over the floor. He half let go, panicking about the money, I think, so I got an arm free. I twisted like a fish and saw there was someone running towards us through the shop. I heard a whistle blow then, and people were shouting. The grip on my arm got tighter, but I bucked and tore myself away, fighting for my life, I guess. And Marco was shouting, I've got him! I've got him! My hook was in my hand then. Yes, I dragged it from my pocket, and I turned and cut up at his face. I don't know what I cut, but I felt it cut through something, and the man cried out and fell backwards. He let go, of course, and I think I must have gotten one eye, and I'll be honest, I hope so. I hope he's a one-eyed prison guard now, and telling his tale about how he tried to sell a little boy after a deal was made. And that boy turned around and took his eye out. I hope his whole cheating face is cut right through. My gift to a filthy traitor. I didn't have time to look, though, because I was crashing out into that kitchen, straight into a policeman who was just running in. I went under him and he tripped, and I slashed with my hook again but missed. Then I crashed out onto a yard and over a fence, and I was running. Gardo! 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 It was Rat, right on my heels. I heard 2 gunshots, but felt no bullets, but someone started to scream. I passed Rat the Bible and we separated, me crossing under a bridge through traffic. People watching, but no one reaching for me. Even when I jumped up on a taxi, which was moving right at me, over the roof and rolled in the street. A moment later, I was up and ducking into a fish market and ditching my shirt, that lovely shirt. And I ran through where it was darkest, where there were boys cleaning fish over the drains. And no one was after me, but I still kept running right through and down to the canal. I swam fast where the shacks come down to the water, and I hauled up and used my hook again to slash up my jeans and hack them short. My trainers, too. I kicked them off and gave them to some kid who was watching me, and I walked along the bank, then in among the huts, praying to God that both my friends were safe and shaking all over.